Hey, good morning. 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. Late once again. Can I blame daylight savings time for this? I blamed it for yesterday. I feel bad for not doing a show yesterday morning, and I was going to do this one, and things got caught up, and I got into a bunch of stuff I was doing. So I was playing around with Jira, playing with triggers and things like that with transitions, trying to eliminate steps for the development team to have to do when they carry out actions. But I gotta say, it was rough after day. I don't normally complain about that, but it is what it is. And today, hi Bubbles over here showing her belly. We're going to talk about practicing what you preach. And so many Agile coaches and Scrum Masters don't use the systems they have in hand, whether it be Jira, Azure, Rally, any one of those systems, Trello, who knows, that they ask their teams to use. They don't practice what they preach. And I want to say there's a lot of benefits to what you do as an Agile coach or Scrum Master by putting the same restrictions. And everyone complains about the restrictions of Scrum. They all do. That you're coaching, but you should apply them to yourselves, because then you know it firsthand. We'll talk about that a little bit, but I want to talk about what you should practice, what you preach, and why, and how it helps, and how I use it in my mastermind group, and to help them get better too as coaches and Agile people. So this is 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. I am Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach, and here we talk about Scrum and Agile in a very practical and tactical way, so you can bring value to your customer, not work crazy hours to do it, and have a little fun along the way. Oh, and I whenever send a reminder, I forgot all week last night. So tomorrow night is our meetup group, not our mastermind, our meetup group, where we talk about things. And I'm going to be talking about neutrality. There's a great question by someone. I put a poll out there on LinkedIn. It says, why do I want to be neutral? And I'm like, oh my God, I didn't put that in the pitch. So I got to put that in my little brief pitch, is why you want to be neutral. And I was like, oh God, thank you. That's now I got a delay here. I got to watch what I do here in the video. Can't get too active, apparently. Anyway, so thank you very much for that comment. I'm going to use it for the pitch. But tomorrow night, again, 6:00 p.m., still got time to register if you want to be on the Zoom and do some of the practice exercises I'm going to try to do. They're going to be small. I mean, I want to just give you a couple of people, volunteers, maybe volunteer and practice on each other, depending on how many people actually join the Zoom. First, watch it through all the live broadcasts, whether it be in YouTube, LinkedIn, or Facebook. So anyway, let's get on topic here. Why should you practice what you preach? Just like, why should we be neutral, right? So there's a lot of things. One, it gives you legitimacy to your teams, right? If you tell a team to be Scrum, but yet you don't practice Scrum and how you deliver, and we all, ow, jeez, I just got attacked by a cat. What's you? Oh my gosh. It hurt. Bubbles. She just went cat on me. Hi, you want to be in the show? Oh God, she's on. What's going on? I don't know. Anyway, sorry about that. I got attacked live here. If you don't believe me, can I pick you up? Can I pick you up? Or am I going to be? No. She's like, don't touch me. Anyway, ow. So it gives you legitimacy among the teams. Like, you practice it. It also gives you a better understanding of how hard it is sometimes to update stuff. How hard is it sometimes to do a sprint review? How hard it is to do a sprint planning, and the trials and tribulation, breaking down work into smaller components so you can see your own progression, holding yourself. I mean, these are all great things so one, it gives you more credibility. Two, for your own, when you talk about it, you have experiences, problems. I got a real good delay here in the system, which is kind of weird. But you feel that stuff as you go too. So there's 2 points. One, when you talk about it, you really know it, and it'll come out in what you say. It'll come. they'll pick up on it, and you don't think so, but they do pick up on it. And then two, you practice stuff. Do you find difficulties? Well, how did I solve this problem myself? Right? Because one of the things we do in Scrum and Agile is we talk about being self-organizing. Why to be neutral? Kind of leads into that neutral. What did you see? Did you see that slide into the neutrality part? What it allows us to do is we get a better, because we ask them to do it. Now it gives us a better, well, here's how I do it as a mentor or someone using the software. Here's something I do to help me maintain that capability. So it gives you personal reference. Okay, well, I'll try it. You try it yourself, I'll try it. Rather than you just say, the Scrum guide tells me to do this. So it's not just that. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put the banners, because also tonight is our Jobs Report show. I got a busy day. And I've had a rough morning. I'm just going to say the other reason why I'm late this, because I wanted to switch my cars around, drive my car, because I haven't driven around a lot lately. I have no brakes on my car. I got to go and roll. And I said, oh, great, car's running. I said, oh, shit, there's no brakes. Sorry, my French. There's no brakes in my car. I had to use the parking brake to stop it. And then I'm like thinking, okay, there's a fire hydrant, a tree, and a car. Which one do I use to stop the car? Because it wasn't stopping. And luckily, my wife had to get it in, and I can do a whole nother show. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow and change the direction. But my wife's like, in the end, we went back, switch back to cars again. She's like, well, do you want to put it in reverse and drive it back into the spot you're in? I'm like, great idea, because at that point, I was parked in front of a fire hydrant. I could have got a ticket. So credit to the wife. Give me a change, a different perspective that I was not thinking, because I was just basically saying, oh, crap. I just almost took out a fire hydrant. So I multiple kudos to my wife for giving me the idea of reversing. And that's the idea of having people in a team working together. Because sometimes you don't think of everything, and someone else said, oh, how about that? And I said, oh, shoot, that's a great idea. Let me do that. But anyway, back to the topic. I went off on a tangent there. It's been a rough morning. I'll tell you that right now. Right, Bubbles? I even got the cat attacking me this morning. So, again, practice what you preach. Oh, in the mastermind. So, one of the things I do differently in my coaching that I've always tried to do, and I finally figured out how I wanted to do it, was as I coach people, and there's half-hour sessions once a week, but I also want them to have a goal, and how do we help them achieve a goal? And it's not just, oh, what did the bad thing I had today, and how do I fix it? Because I don't like that kind of coaching, to be honest. I want to help you achieve a goal to get something. That's why you want to have a coach, right? Not just when you're in the office 8 hours a day and people have problems and things, that's perfectly fine. But when you do it on your own time, you want to get something out of it. You want to get a good return. You want to move that needle. So I created the OKRs. I got a mastermind group. And part of the OKRs is we track in Jira how we get to our goal. So that's a part of this problem, this activity. And here's what it's funny. And I laugh. It says, you're all Agile people. You're doing a crappy job with your subtaskings. And they all know it, because I was, as a Scrum Master, I'm like, come on, update your subtasks. What are you doing? Break your stories down in smaller parts so we can see that you're actually getting there, rather than saying the same thing every time we check in every week. And we do a sprint review at the end and a sprint planning. We bridge that out. So I'm applying Scrum. So here's the kicker, right? Here's one of the things. Let's say you're in an interview, and I told them they can do it. Well, I'm going to send an email, make sure everyone's good, that they can all use this in an interview process that they have for their job. So if you are in a coaching, if you want to coach and you're looking for a new job, here's some of the things you get from it. So in the mastermind, so we have a board, we have a backlog, we have sprints, we have it laid out. You can show the roadmap. So I'm allowing everyone to say, because I got clearance from everyone, and I'm just going to get it in writing, because there's nothing really proprietary anybody's saying in the group that's in board, that you can show as a demo. Look, I use Jira. See, I got a mastermind group I'm part of, a bunch of other Agile people. We're tracking sprints. I got my work broken down. Here's how I do it. Can you imagine that on a job interview? What percentage of people would actually show that in a job interview? How would you differentiate yourself in a job interview? Well, take the mastermind Scrum board. We all said you could do it. And if you got a job interview, I would demonstrate it and show it, but make sure you know how you're doing it, because they'll catch you on the lie, right? If you don't know how to navigate around the system, but you're putting in your resume in your interview that you know how to Jira, you'll fail, right? So I'm giving this as part of my coaching experience. I want them to practice what they preach. I want people that I coach to be able to go in and coach people because they have done it, right? I'm really big on doing stuff anyway. So that's one of the benefits. So even if you don't join my mastermind and you don't get my pay for my coaching services or whatever, so you can build your own Scrum board in there, track some of the big items like pass a test, get your SPC. I'm building a marketing program, right? Have those in your sprints, break it down in there that you can then share, that you know how to do, and say, here's my roadmap. The roadmap function in Jira is nice to have too, by the way. And lay that out, and you could demonstrate that during your interview. How many other people are doing that? I'm going to tell you it's probably zero, right? Because they don't do it. So now you have an extra ad on your resume when you do your interviews, because you are using whatever system. It doesn't have to be Jira. They're pretty much all the same, by the way. Once you get into it, they're all the same. But you have a demonstration that you break down work, you're practicing sprints, you're giving yourself a timeline, you're trying to achieve a goal. You can put some sprint goals in there if you want. You can practice everything you want on yourself and use that during the interview. So when they ask you, do you have any questions? It's like, and they don't cover this. Says, I really like to ask you if it's okay if I show you my personal Scrum board that I'm using, or Kanban, depending on what you're going for, as part of the interview process. I really like to show it. It won't take a minute or two. I just want to show you that I do this every day. I do this at the point. Now, do you have to keep doing it once you get past your interview? You should, but I'm telling you, while you're in that interview process to get a job, like here's what I'm doing to get a job. Well, I don't know if you want to share that part, but here's what I'm doing to grow my OKRs. See, check this out. We're high on the length here. Not only do you get to show what you're doing from a sprint perspective, lay in the OKRs, right? It's a big fad right now, OKRs in business. I love OKRs. I think they're awesome because you can decouple and make it smaller and split, because that's what it making things smaller, splitting. So if you do OKRs right, you can say, here's my quarterly OKR. I'm going to go take a class. I want to go hiking. I want to get in shape, whatever would be your 2 OKRs. Not only you practice, now you're showing these people that want to hire you that you understand OKRs, and they're all going through this OKR quarterly planning, quarterly goal, whatever they want to call it. They don't have to call it OKRs thing. So not only do you show that you know how to use the functionality, not only do you know how to split stories so you can demonstrate to people, not only do you show that you can do the events, right? And if you're coaching me, you're working with other Agile people, so that just means you're learning even more stuff, by the way. But now you also throw in the OKR part. I mean, come on. How much more do you need? So you're actually demonstrating live your capability and your knowledge of what you're doing because you're using it. So practice what you preach. I really advise anybody looking for a job, you really should do this. I don't know how I get this video out, but LinkedIn sucks sometimes. That's why I have the Slack channel, which I'll plug on here. I'm going to show that little Slack channel thing. The nice thing, Slack channel, you can connect with me and other Agile people and share Agile thoughts. We're on LinkedIn. It's like a roll the dice. And lately, a lot of ads for like training class. They're really big on HR stuff. So it's kind of hard to see a lot of different things, but at least I'm showing stuff that's pertinent and trying to get my other people asking questions and get people to talk. And that's another thing we talked about before. Practice what you preach. If you're asking people to share, you have to share too. So all my connections out there, I'm looking for you to start sharing more often. If you haven't shared in a while, you need to get out there. Plus, if you don't share, by the way, Nobody else is going to pick you up on a job because they're not going to see your name show up on the screen. Get that? All right. With that, I'm going to play the little video on the Slack channel. It's $10 a month, $100 for the year. If you pay monthly, it's $120 for the year. But if you pay in advance, $100. Just message me and we'll get you on. All right. Here's my thing. Hey, and welcome. Thank you very much from the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show for all your support and activities and contributing to our program. We are starting to offer this Agile Slack channel where Agile people can come together, talk about different aspects. I just wanted to share some of the things we have: podcasts, masterminding, conferences, job interviews, questions. We do introduction, we do motivation, we talk about Kanban, product owner, QA testing, retrospective, a little bit of everything, celebrating your wins and your Agile practices, things that energize you, sharing different things, different programs. And we wanted to bring this because a lot of these social media engines, it's all based on algorithm and not necessarily what you're interested in this way. In this Slack program that you can comment, contribute, and watch and learn from others in the Agile group at your pace at when you want to do. If you're interested, please send me a message. Connect at 5 a.m. Mester Scrum. We can go on our website. We have a blog post on how to join our Slack channel. I just want to have a 30-minute conversation, make sure this works for you, because we want people that are active, that are going to come in maybe once a week or every day if you like, but not like once every 6 months. We want to make sure people are active and engaged, and this is beneficial for them and us and everyone in the community. It's $10 a month or $100 for the year. It's not very expensive. It's kind of like going to the gym, working out, but at a pace that's affordable for most people and enough to support the program. So send me a message if you think you're interested, and we hope you do join us. Take care. Bye. So there's a little Slack channel thing. And don't forget, tomorrow night is the meetup at 6 p.m. Also tonight, I should be doing the JAWS report. It's going to be a little bit later because I'm actually attending a class. It goes from 6 to 9. So the job report's not going to be until 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight, or right after that class I'm taking. So even I take classes. So, and it's not my class. It's actually one of my connections class. So I'm going to take his class tonight. I wish you all the best. Happy scrumming. I hope your brakes on your car work, because they don't work on mine. That's another thing I got to add to the list of stuff to fix. It never ends. But it is what it is. It's life, right? All right. Take care, everyone. Have a great day. See you tonight, and hopefully see you at the meetup tomorrow. Why do you want to be neutral? I love that question. Thank you very much.